In the beginning, it's the scream, we scream, a scream of sadness, a scream of horror, a scream of anger, a scream of refusal. No! In the beginning, it's the. In the beginning, it's the. In the beginning, it's the scream, we scream. A scream of sadness, a scream of anger, a scream. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is rage that thought is born, not from the pose of reason. It is thought is born not from the pose.
Geisha, common, marble, discontent, dissension,
An unease, a confusion, a longing, a critical vibration. An unease, a confusion, a longing, a critical vibration. An unease, a confusion, a longing, a critical vibration.
We scream not because we face certain death in the spider's web, but because we dream of freeing ourselves. A scream is a scream of frustration, the discontent of the powerless. A scream is a refusal to accept, 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 a refusal to wallow, a refusal to immerse ourselves in our melancholy. exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that we are. Exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of tension towards that which is not or is not yet. There is identity, but identity exists in an arc of tension towards non-identity. We are, but we exist in an arc of tension towards that which we are not or are not yet. Society is, but it exists in an arc of
attention. Your suffering is not, or is not yet. There is identity. What identity exists in non-objection was not identity.
Gentlemen, my name is Laura, and I'm your chief flight attendant. On behalf of Captain David and the entire crew, could you please swipe to aeroplane mode? The bullet goes through turbulence, swish, swish, Twitter storms. Unfriend me at the rear. Over the wing, take a moment to locate your nearest unfriend me. In some cases, your unfriend me could be behind you. When the seatbelt emoticon hears, heart it. Add comment, upload video, emoticons, emojis like. Will we get where we're going? Ensure your feet are flat on the floor.
It's just a self-indulged flight from self-determination. The interaction is delusional. If it is understood as anything but an interaction with the platform itself, oh, the vanity of the morally righteous, and the irresistible draw of culture wars, filter bubble, click ego, share, oh, the vanity, a self-indulged flight from self-determination. I'm interacting with the platform, having culture wars. Pro, the interaction test is delusional.
Humble face forward into the twittering
It's just a self-indulged flight from self-determination. The interaction is delusional. If it is understood as anything but an interaction with the platform itself, oh, the vanity of the morally righteous, and the irresistible draw of culture wars, filter bubble, click ego, share, oh, the vanity of self-indulged flight from self-determination. I'm interacting with the platform, having culture wars, but the interaction test is delusional.
It's just a self-indulged flight from self-determination. The interaction is delusional. If it is understood as anything but an interaction with the platform itself, oh, the vanity of the morally righteous and the irresistible draw. Culture wars, filter bubble, click ego, share, oh, the vanity. I'm interacting with the platform, having culture wars, pro, the interaction tested. Delusion.
Capitalist, you socialist! You 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 capitalist! You can delete your account at any time, but tweets will remain visible for the duration of the flight. And you can still share that self-gratifying meme. Click, 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 click. click, 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 click,
click, ego, click, click, ego, virtue, right, just sign, I'm a fucking angry emoticon, I'm a fucking angry emoticon, I'm a fucking angry emoticon, WTF, bigotry, socialist, prick you, capitalist cunt, WTF.
Click the trigger finger on the account.
Cried, I'm sorry, I can't be your friend anymore, you
You capitalist, you socialist! 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 Landing like a bullet, landing like a bullet, crash landing like a bullet, landing. If it's a blank, then it's a burst of intention that comes to nothing. Nothing at all. And it can kill. Hashtag bang.
Citizens must be capable of showing and knowing who they are. They must also know where they are and what is going on around them. The cartography of the political sphere is opaque. The cartography of the political sphere. The cartography of the political sphere is opaque. Citizens must be capable of showing and knowing who they are. They must also know where they are and what is going on around them. The cartography of the political sphere is opaque. The cartography of the political sphere. The cartography of the political sphere is opaque. Temptation to disengage by making sense of it all is powerful. Temptation to disengage by making sense of it all is powerful. Temptation to disengage by making sense of it all is powerful. Temptation to disengage by making sense of it all is powerful. Temptation to disengage by making sense of it all is powerful. Temptation to disengage by making sense of it all is powerful. Temptation to disengage by making sense of it all is powerful.
Before I come down there to tear out your rotten teeth, your scab-filled ears, and your canker-covered tongue, before slitting open your diarrhea-filled abdomen, your ignoble spleen and your diabetic kidneys to be used as fertilizer on the fields, before I thus extinguish your appetite for beauty, orgasm, sugar, philosophy, pepper, metaphysical, mathematical, poetical cucumbers, before disinfecting you with vitriol and thus making you clean and passionately buffing you up.
Mankind is passing through the most profound crisis in its history. An old world is dying, a new world is being born. Capitalist civilization, which has dominated the economic, political and cultural life of civilizations, is in the process of decay.
Before all of that, we're going to have a great big bath in antiseptic. And we're warning you, it's us who are the murderers of all your little newborn babies. And to end, here's a song.
Hi, I know this is unusual. A thank you video tucked at the back of a performance containing live screen immersions and interruptions and provocations, but here I am, Laura Bowler, pre-recorded despite my obvious presence amongst you now. I recorded this to save my voice and because I'm an engorged presence up here, very much like my bank account after the lovely funding money's poured in. Thank you, BBC Radio 3 and Huddersfield Contemporary Music Festival. Music on Main and British Council. This is a night of screens. This is the night of interfaces, in-your-face interfaces. I thought, apropos of everyone wanting insights into how composers use the monies paid in commissions and honoraria and so forth, specifically what pots and preferences do the composer Laura Bowler's public fund payments drop into? What does she do with all the publicly sourced money? Laura Bowler, I said to myself, this is the era of transparency. This is the era where, apropos the Paradise Papers, your finances will be the subject of scrutiny by the papers and by Panorama. So here's a list of what the money I have received for this commission has bought me. An Aston Martin DB9 Volante, my own vineyards producing world-class Chianti, a handmade in Polonia wood surfboard with a patina of state-of-the-art gold leaf melded with helium, a Polaris slingshot 3-wheel motorcycle and chauffeur, a hot tub boat so that I can drift off the coast with my singers and musicians, designer gowns, a penthouse suite, a trip booked on a commercial flight into space. I've placed a deposit on having my body cryonically preserved. I visited Las Vegas, where I'm known as a premium high roller, or whale. I've bought several politicians from a selection of countries. I've bought the Danube and the Thames, and I'm planning to swap the waters over. Runs on Danube past Westminster, flushed Vienna with the aged smell of old Father Thames. I also did a similar thing with the Rocky Mountains and the Alps. Yeah. And with money I've left, I will buy a music composing app, so I won't have quite as much work to do when the next commissioners flood in. Thank you from the bottom of my oil exploration and deep sea drilling project portfolios. Thank you.